America is magic. It's why cynics and academics and Europeans and others never quite understand us. And we're magic because we really do believe that we can be a city upon a hill. We really do believe that we have been endowed by our Creator. And that isn't an act of arrogance. It's an act of humility. Because it means we have a responsibility. We are people who've been placed on this planet with the opportunity to extend freedom ultimately to every human being. We care about people so much that if there's a tsunami in Indonesia, we're there. If there's an earthquake in Turkey, we're there. If there's a hurricane in Honduras, we're there. Part of us has a tear every time a child is lost anywhere. It's why if you watch our news, we pay such intense attention when children are lost. Because every single child is a child of God. We've gotten off on a detour. And we've done this before in our history. And we're in a little bit of a mess. And we've had a weak period of political leadership. And we have bureaucracies that think they're Europeans and that we're only subjects and they can order us around. And we have judges who are alienated and think that they actually represent some international worldview superior to the Constitution. And we have a news media that reflects the academic world and an academic world that reflects the fantasy of the left. And so all those things come together. And we have some problems. We are the wealthiest, most extraordinary society in the history of the human race. At this very moment, we are the largest economy by a large scale. We are capable of pulling away from China as decisively as in the 1990s we pulled away from Japan. We have the most powerful military in the history of the world. But we have to come back to grips with a decision about who we are. And what I would say to every young person who's here tonight is, you're at the edge of a revolution in scientific knowledge that is going to liberate you in the next half century fully as much as any generation in American history. And I'll close with a person I admire a great deal that Clifton and I did a movie about, Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was born when we had horse cavalry. When we went out and filmed the movie, and we were at the ranch, I saw it, and the ranch is a very small 1950s style building. I saw this picture on the wall that I'd never seen before. It was Ronald Reagan in the 1930s in a U.S. cavalry uniform, not from a movie, but from an Army Reserve unit. Reagan was in one of the last horse cavalry units in the U.S. Army as a reserve officer. He'd grown up. He was born before motion pictures had sound. He went to Hollywood when Technicolor was brand new. He evolved into television which had not existed. And he spoke to the nation about the explosion of a space shuttle and the death of a teacher in space. All in one lifetime. And so he believed that you ain't seen nothing yet. And I would say to every young person here tonight, we will be back. We will rebuild the country we love. And we will say to the planet, you ain't seen nothing yet.